Hi everyone, welcome back. It is time for February's Q&A, and as usual, thank you to everybody who dropped me a question on my Instagram stories. If you want to participate in the monthly Q&A, you can ask me anything. Do follow me on my Instagram. My Instagram handle's linked down below. I post a question or request for question every month around this time, the beginning of the month, and then I will find time during the month to film it, and I do all kinds of questions. So we're gonna get started. I got a couple of really intense questions this month, but let's get into the first one. I'm Teddy, the Kavapu. Is having natto as you thought it would be? What have you been surprised with? Okay, so if you didn't watch my announcement that I got myself a puppy, like the most life-changing thing that I did for myself, I will link it up here as well as below in the description section. She was not really planned. So in short, I went to the pet store. All I wanted to do was just look at what a Kavapu looks like in real life. I have never seen one. I've never touched one. I've only read it and it kind of looked fluffy like a poodle. But I walked away with a puppy. I walked away by paying a deposit because the moment the pet store put her in my arms, I fell head over heels. Okay, she was so tiny and adorable. So totally unplanned. So if to the question, is having her as you thought it would be, it's hard to answer because I never even put much thought into having her. I guess if I had to, think about it, because I had like a week to prepare, I thought it would be really hard. So I felt I was a bit negative in the sense that I felt so unprepared. I felt so worried. In the week leading up to me bringing her home, I had that time to prepare the playpen, prepare the food, read about what Kavapu's do's and don'ts, and watch like a ton of videos on training. But I felt quite afraid. I think it was more of like, oh my gosh, what have I done kind of thing. But I was also really excited. So it's a little bit of a mix. But what has surprised me is it was much easier than I expected. From the potty training to the leash, just the training in general, she has just blown my mind because she's so clever. Like I always hear paw parents say your dog's really dogs are clever, they will learn really quickly, but it's just mind-blowing to actually see how fast they get it. Just a couple of times, if you're consistent, that really surprises me. The biggest surprise for me in my own capacity is my own capacity to care for her. It's the thought that I can do it. I can wake up early, I can walk her. I'm surprised that I have somehow been able to create a routine for myself, for her, and it didn't take a lot of work. A lot of times I was thinking, can I actually walk her twice a day? It's become something that I look forward to. So I'm very surprised with myself being able to adapt. But I think the motherly instinct does come out. So I care for her. I'm always checking on her. If I don't hear her, literally like a mom, right? Literally, if I don't hear some things, then I feel really worried. And then it's interesting how the instinct to care really turned on ever since she came into my life. Miss PYU 2000, you have two questions. The first, would you rather buy a luxury jewelry or a bag? Assuming it's the same price. If you asked me this question years ago, I would say 100% bag. But today, it's moved towards jewelry. But if it's still the same price, I think I'm still more a bag person. It has to be a really amazing piece of jewelry that I am head over heels. So let's just assume I'm head over heels for both of them. I love the bag as much as I love the jewelry. The bag person in me still is gonna say bag. But I think as I get older, maybe ask me this question again in a few years, I might actually say jewelry. Your other question, top 3 brands and top 3 bags from each brand. So let's do something different because I think it's pretty obvious. I would say Hermes and Chanel. So let's just take that away. They are to me the top two, but that's kind of boring, right? Because I just talk about them all the time. So let's go with the next top three. So for me, the top three, okay? So let's pick LV. I still think LV is an amazing brand. And if I had to say the top bag from LV, to me it's still the Speedy. And if I had to pick the Speedy, I say today it's either the Speedy 20 or the Nano Speedy, because it's just suitable for our lifestyle right now. The Speedy 20 is useful size, it's pretty cute, it actually fits a lot of things, and you don't really need a really, really big bag, even though the big bag trend is in. Then next from LV, I think Celine is also a pretty big brand. In my eyes, is a brand that holds its ground. It's subtle, but it's got loud pieces. And it's one of those understated, if you know, you know, you're kind of like the cool, minimalist, chic kind of look. So if I had to pick one bag from the Celine, I actually really, really like the Triomphe bag right now. So there are a few sizes, kind of like the mini teen one, the teen Triomphe. I like the black and silver, which is maybe, really in my collection one day, but right now I'm just admiring it from afar. Then the last of the top three, Hermes and Chanel aside, I'm gonna pick, I know it's gonna be so surprising, but I'm gonna pick Dior. Because I think Dior, even though they don't resell very well, and we shouldn't talk about resale market, but they have some really nice bags. And of course, the Lady Dior is so classic. It's one of those bags that I aspire to have. It's so pretty, it's so ladylike, it's got lots of history, it's been in their entire collection for forever. So I think that's one of those top bags that Dior has. Lux Monologue, 2 questions. Met my age quota 4 months ago, but still no news on quota bag. When should I start asking again? You should start asking every time you go in. I do that. Every time I know that I am due for a quota bag, or I have done my dues for a quota bag, I do go in and ask. I kind of maintain a nudge for it. Could be irritating for your essay, but obviously it's the way we ask and it's the getting that response. So you sort of gotta play it by ear. If your essay is being not that great mood that day, then maybe don't ask. Then go again another time and then say, maybe it's a good mood and nudge and say, hey, it's been a while, when's my bag coming? 4 months wait right now apparently is not that long. And my essay even told me 1 year is possible, especially if we're going for those neutral colors, classic colors like the black, the gold, the taupe. 4 months is kind of reasonable in terms of waiting, but I would say just nudge every time you go into the store. Your other question, if you can only own 10 bags, which would they be and why? I think I have a little bit more than 10, so basically if I could own my collection, right? To be honest, what my collection right now is what I love. So let's just do, Hermes and then Chanel. With the whole Hermes line, oh my goodness, if I could only own Hermes bags, that would be a dream. But if I could only own 2 Birkins, okay, I'd be happy. So it's just the classic. I love the Birkin. I'm team Birkin. I'll link my video below as well. I would love to own 2 neutral colors. So a gold would be amazing. Etan would be amazing. So 2 Birkins, and both in 25. I'm not a 30 bag girl, even though big bags are trending. I don't need that size. 25 is just perfect for me. Even though I'm team Birkin, I do like the Kelly, but I can honestly tell you I love the mini Kelly more compared to the Kelly 25. So if I had to, pick between 2, I would say I'll stick with the mini Kelly, and I don't mind owning 2 mini Kellys, one in a kind of maybe black and gold, and of course the one that I have, which is white. Then that's 4 bags already. Oh my goodness. I would love to own the the Lindy 26 again. It's one of my favorite bags. It's a great bag for work. It's so understated. If you know, you know. It's one of those designs that in my eyes is unique. It's cute. The color that I would go for is neutral, black, gold, gold, palladium. It's fine with any of those. It's just that because it's a workhorse kind of bag, I think I'll go with black. I'll be happy with black. Even Etan will be great. I actually really like my toolbox, even though I haven't been using it very often. But it's one of those bags that I know can be bashed around. Like these 5 bags that I talked about earlier, I'm not going to bash them around. So I feel like I'm still okay with putting some dents into my toolbox. So I'll keep my toolbox just because I need a little bit more of a workhorse bag. Okay, so we'll have one more Constance. So I don't really need like a bigger Constance, so I'm happy with the Constance 18. If I had to really pick again, I think I'll go with something darker because it is a crossbody bag. And I'm left with 3 bag spaces. That's not a lot. So let's go into Chanel. So Chanel, of course, my classic flap. I honestly don't think I would add more than 1 classic flap. It's just too expensive. I'd rather add something from Hermes. So I'm really happy with the one that I have. Let's move into some other brands. Oh my goodness. As you realize, I did not put any of like the really expensive bags with any kind of green color. So I would love to own a green bag. I'll just keep my Bottega mini pouch because that's in green and it just fulfills my green need. Although I would love a mini Kelly in green, but I think the pre-spend and all of that for a colored bag might not be worth it. And then finally, I think I need something from Celine. So in Celine, the line is, I'm not 100% familiar with it, but I really like the Triomphe bag, so maybe that it kind of complements my Constance 18 when I don't want to wear the Constance 18, which is so flashy, right? The big H there. Then I'll just pick the Celine and get the similar kind of look, but it's not Hermes. So I think that is why I would pick those 10 bags. Shu Yan Po, how are you getting along with your mini Kelly? I absolutely love my mini Kelly. My mini Kelly is in gold, chef in color mushroom. You know, I haven't used it in a while because, well, I haven't gone out and it's white, you know, it's kind of like the cream white color. So I used it so much when I first got it. It's kind of like resting because it got a lot of use. But yeah, I love it. I love how pretty it is. My only, you know, we have some complaints about it. It's kind of like small-ish, can't fit much. It's mainly an accessory rather than a real bag. DJP Capi to stack with Cartier Love, VCA Guilloche bracelet or diamond tennis bracelet. I'm gonna say the tennis bracelet. The Cartier Love is it's pretty big, right? It's pretty big, it's pretty like outstanding. And then the Guilloche is also really outstanding. I've seen a lot of people wear the Guilloche with the Cartier, but I usually see it in pictures, so it's kind of like just still. I have one that's kind of like moving. I feel like it'll move up and down like this, and then it will roll over the love, or the love will roll on top of those flowers. And you know, the Guilloche, from what I've heard about it, the pattern, the sharp pattern, the lines on the flower, once they get damaged, like they get dented, you can't fix it. It cannot be repaired. So I feel like, yes, on pictures, the Guilloche and the love bracelet, they look pretty nice together, right? But the constant banging, I think you would really damage your Guilloche. Whereas for the diamonds, you're not gonna damage the diamonds. The diamond's gonna damage your... well, not really. Your love is gonna get banged up anyway, right? With all the scratches. No matter how gentle you are, the moment you tap your love bracelet on the table, it's gonna get some wear. The wear on the love can be polished away one day if you want to do it, but you cannot polish away the wear on the Guilloche. So practically, I would go with the diamond bracelet. Overjoyed, what do you think of the aggressive H bashing on YouTube? Why so much hate? When I saw this question from my friend here, Joe, I had to reply to her like separately and said that, is there a lot of bashing? I mean, I've been on YouTube, I watch YouTube videos and I enjoy a lot of content, but I do miss a lot of it as well because I've been watching more like Mr. Ballen, Bailey Sarian. I'm still watching crime stuff, watching a lot of makeup again because I don't know, I just feel like I'm taking a little bit back step from luxury handbags myself, so I don't also see a lot of luxury handbag content, but I do pick them out. So I watch some from Dale, I have Jessie Style, so I do miss some videos. But Joe messaged me and said, oh my gosh, there are a lot of videos of people either hating on H or saying that, you know, the pre-spend's crazy, they don't want to wait anymore, blah 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 and all that stuff, and just generally people leaving the luxury community. Think the hate for Hermes is the pre-spend, and it's a bit of a cowboy town. You go to Paris, maybe you don't really need a huge profile, you need a little bit of a profile but not crazy profile. If you go to countries where Hermes is not so rampantly purchased, then maybe it's not so crazy. But then you come to countries like ours where people are chasing these bags. The rule here has gotten crazy. And then you've got other countries that have always been rather crazy. So like Australia, Canada, maybe some states in the States as well. The weight, the extreme pre-spend. You know, it's really unfortunate because I think for the general, like the real bag lovers, we just want to have a few of these H bags. We are the ones that are going to suffer because we want it from the store. I think the pre-spend is two prongs. One is it's trying to stop all these people from getting the bags cheap and selling it high. It's really that. So if I'm Hermes as a business, say, you know what, spend it on me and I'll give you the bag. So it just makes business sense for me to make you spend that rather than giving you the bag cheap and then making you like earn the money through the reselling market. I guess we got the short stick, right? And for me, I'm not out there to, you know, buy, resell these bags. I'm here to have the bag and I love it. So unfortunately, I have to suffer the consequences of people that are actually dealing these bags. The thing about this pre-spend, I think it's also Hermes as a business strategy. So one side is just money grab, but at the same time, I do think that they want you to buy other things than just the bags because they cannot sustain just selling bags. I mean, it's great business for them, but it takes so much time to make bags. And if everybody is just buying bags, it's not enough. They cannot produce it fast enough to sustain such a huge business. So to spread it out, they want you just to buy other things, okay? Get some of the shoes, put it in part of your life, and then you are a walking billboard for the brand. If there is hate or aggressive bashing on Hermes, unfortunately, it's Hermes's own doing because of their strategy. It's the weight, is the cowboy. This one spend more, that one spend more. The unknown, the way it's very competitive. So if you're in the game, like I've been in the game, you've been in the game, a lot of us have been in the game for a while, it's tiring. And when something is tiring, we can get negative about it. And when it starts to not make sense, that's when we start to think back like, oh my God, what's so stupid, right? You know, when you're blind with the love, everything's amazing, everything's wonderful. But when it starts to fade, when the love starts to wane, like any romance, that's when you start to, you know, clear the blinders and go like, wait a minute, there's something wrong. To make it worse, if everything's still the same, maybe the blinders are like, okay, just need to clean it a little bit. But when it gets worse on the other side, and when you clear the blinders, you're like, whoa. So if there is a lot of bashing, I'm not surprised. It's kind of their own doing. And it drives away loyal customers. It drives away new customers. It makes it really, really unattainable. Having said that, Hermes never wants to be attainable anyway, so they are not there to market to the mass market. They happen to market to the mass market during the pandemic, but before that, oh my goodness, I would not even have stepped into the store if it wasn't the pandemic. I started my journey then, and surprisingly, it was okay. I got a little bit braver, but all these years of buying luxury, I never even thought I was worthy of going into the store. Maybe they're doing a Chanel. They're just like, you know what? We can't be having all these new customers. Get them away, raise the price, and then unhappiness happens. Hey Jimmy, what do you like about Hermes? Okay, so from the hating to the liking, I love the bags. Okay, I just love bags. So Hermes bags have always been a dream for me to own. The ability to own some of these bags from the store is like a dream come true. So I like that. I love the dream, the aspiration. But over the years, because I had to do some pre-spend and I had to buy things to be part of the whole Hermes profile and all that nonsense, I actually really like the stuff. I like the shoes. I like the fact that, you know, there's a lot of history to the brand. In some ways, the brand, because they're so stubborn that they want to do things their way, I kind of respect that. I respect the fact that they are constant. Like I said, okay, I want to make the bag. It's gonna take, I don't know, X number of hours, 40 hours. I'm gonna do it the way it's been done all this while. I like the stubbornness. I like that consistency. Then they put a lot of thought into other things as well, like their, you know, silks. I respect artisans that do the stuff. Dr. Purse Time, do you have or are considering luxury watches? I do have a few luxury watches. I have a Cartier Santos 100. I have an Omega Constellation, which was gifted to me about 20 years ago. My parents gave that to me a long time ago. Then I have, what else do I have? Oh, I have a Chanel J12. I also have a Rolex. And I think that's it. Is that all I have? Yeah, that's all I have. Joanne Melissa, is it normal for Hermes logo stamp to fade? Mine has faded slightly. Ooh, I don't have any fading with my logos. I don't really touch where the logo is. You know, like sometimes when you open the flap, maybe you're always rubbing on it. So I don't have this issue, but it is pretty common. Like the older pre-loved bags that I got the Kelly 32 in the Capucine many years ago, and that had a little bit of fading. So it depends on how old your bag is. If it's pretty new, are you touching the logo, or is it rubbing against another part of the leather? I think Hermes can fix this. If you are concerned, you can just bring it back to the store and let them know. adjd.td, if you were given 50,000 USD to restart your collection, which bags would you get? All available. So I feel like this could be answered with the other question, which is the 10 bags that I can own. However, 50,000 USD, I don't think can buy me all those 10 bags, because Perkins and Kellys are really expensive right now. But if I could restart my entire collection, I will keep one Chanel bag, so that'll take a portion of it. I don't know how much a Chanel bag right now in USD, but it's a lot, like 14,000 Sing dollars. So crazy. Then what else? So I'll get two of my Birkins, I'll get a mini Kelly, and I think a Constance, and I think I'll wipe out the 50,000 already. Amy YJ Chen, do any of your essays know you are an influencer or watch your videos? Great question. Yes, they watch some of my videos, some of them, but I don't think they watch like how you all are watching. They know, they probably like, oh yeah, that's her. They click, they watch a little bit, don't know what she's talking about, and they get out of it. Because it's, you know, luxury is their job, but I'm more like every type of content. I've got vlogs, I've got chit chats like this, I've got unboxings, I've got what else, you know, makeup, skincare. So it's a variety, and they may not be interested in that. So, you know, it doesn't mean that if they're in the line, they would only watch luxury YouTube, right? But yes, I think all my essays know I'm on YouTube. They may or may not watch it, but they definitely have seen my face float by. Miss Jean.P, 2 questions. Hi Kat, how are you today? I'm good, thank you. How are you? I'm looking forward to your SLG collections. Okay. I actually don't have a lot of SLGs. However, I have sort of swapped them up a little bit. So yeah, I could definitely do a SLG collection and share with you what I've got or left. Your other question, what are your thoughts about Celine Walk? I have not seen any of the Celine Walks. I have not even tried any of that, so I can't give you my thoughts. But you have given me some ideas, and maybe I should go and check out the Celine Walk. Final question from Lo Rachel. Hi Kat, Happy New Year. Wanted to ask your opinion, rose gold or white gold finesse, which is nicer? So I have the rose gold finesse necklace because most of my jewelry is in gold or rose gold. I do have a few white gold pieces. So between the two, I still like rose gold. I think rose gold with the diamonds, the contrast is much more. But obviously, because of that, it's going to be more blingy. The white gold is more subtle. It's more, it's a very sophisticated classiness. I think both are beautiful, so probably if you're picking one of it, pick one that matches the rest of your jewelry. You know, if you wear a lot of gold, white gold, and I don't mind. I mix everything. I just wear everything, and it still looks, for me, it looks good. But for some, you prefer to be maybe monochrome. You just want that same color. So those are the questions for this month's Q&A. Thank you again to everyone. I love these videos. So I'm looking forward to next month. March, I cannot believe it's here. March is my birthday month, so oh my goodness, I cannot believe it. I am turning 42. But anyway, we will leave it to next month for next month's Q&A. I do hope you follow me on my Instagram, and if you're not following my YouTube, I do hope you will join my channel. You can hit the subscribe button and hit that notification as well so that you will be notified whenever my videos go up. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and if you are celebrating the new year, Happy Lunar New Year! 恭喜發財，恭喜發財! Celebrate and have fun with your family. Make sure you eat a lot, play a lot. Don't play fireworks, but if you are, do take care. And then, of course, I have to say, what ah? Okay, everyone, I will see you in my next video. Bye.